Okay? So, you'll have some basic physics for this one. So, this is actually your wave. Okay? Wave is actually, here, consists of two parts. So, you have your electrical field and the magnetic field. Okay? So, what you have here is a basic, the parts of the wave. Okay? The distance of the crest to crest or throw to throw. Well, the peak portion is what we call the crest. Okay? And the bottom portion is what we call the throw. No? The distance between 2 points of the two crests or two throws are what we call your wavelength. Okay? The height of the crest or the throw is actually what you call your amplitude. Well, this is the basic na basic ano lang tayo. Basic physics na tayo. Okay? Now, wave properties. So, some definition of terms that is very important here is the radiant power. When you say radiant power, this is the power wherein the light emits at a certain square meter or the given area. Okay? In a given area. Now, we must understand first, okay, the particle, the nature of a particle. Okay, the particle. So, the basic nature of an of a light is based on its energy. Okay, it's based on energy. It is given by this formula wherein the energy is equal to what we call the Planck's constant times what we call your frequency. Okay? Well, frequency is defined as the c over lambda or the speed of light over the frequency of the wavelength. Okay? And this 1 over lambda or 1 over wavelength is also what we call your wave number. Okay, your wave number. Now, in general rule here, for spectroscopic method, the different wavelengths that you are operating will give a different nature of the spectroscopy that you are in principle. Okay? So, there are different spectroscopic analysis or properties, no? That is commonly used for analytical chemistry or instrumentation or chemical instrumentation. Okay, depende yan sa anong purpose noong method. Okay? Now, if we have a larger energy, okay, large energy, this actually referring to what we call your electromagnetic spectrum. Okay? When you say electromagnetic spectrum, this is a range of different set of wavelengths, okay? So, or energy. So, again, as the energy increases, the wavelength becomes shorter, okay? Becomes shorter. Or, it means that the frequency also increases, no? Yan ang ibig sabihin lang ng electromagnetic spectrum na yan. Bawat electromagnetic spectrum, iba-iba ang kanyang function, so iba-iba ang kanyang properties, no? So, kung babalikan natin yung equation, E equals to H over C lambda. Okay, again, lambda is referring to your wavelength. Okay, so usually the wavelength is in terms of nanometer. Okay, ano yung nanometer? That is 1 times 10 to the minus 9 of a meter. Okay, your C is referring to the speed of light. Okay, it's actually 3.0 times 10 to the 21 meter per second. So, constant lagi, no? And your H is referring to your Planck's constant. So, hindi naman tayo mag-ano, no? I will not deal some of the big, computation. But at least you know, no? Ito yung kanyang pinanggagalingan. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin lang naman nito, yung bawat enerhiya ng ilaw na napuproduce ng isang source or ng isang wavelength ay may equivalent siyang energy. Now, this energy is related to your wavelength. Okay? Mas mataas ang enerhiya mo, mas mababa yung wavelength o mas maikli yung wavelength. Or sa madaling salita, yung dagdag ng frequency, yung bilis, no? Yung frequency mo ay mas mabilis siya. Okay? So, halimbawa, sa isang movement na ganito, okay, you have a longer wavelength, like this one, okay, needs that you have with the corresponding energy. Okay? Now, if a higher energy is given, mas malaking enerhiya, ibig sabihin, mas maliit ngayon yung wavelength na napoproduce na yan. So, ibig sabihin, yung wavelength na nauna nito ay mas mahaba compared doon sa wavelength na na-produce nitong malaking enerhiya na yan. Okay? Bawat enerhiya, bawat wavelength, may corresponding yan na functionality. Okay? That's actually what we call your electromagnetic spectrum. Now, if you look at the different spectroscopy here, you have your nuclear magnetic resonance, electrospin resonance, microwave, infrared, visible and ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma rays. Some of these terms are, well, you're familiar with. Halimbawa, X-ray. Sa inyo nakikita yung X-ray na yan, o sa inyo naaalala yung X-ray. Sa mga medical, health. Okay? Sa radiology. Okay, now, X-ray is having a high energy input, mataas ang enerhiya niyan, ang kanyang wavelength ay, o kanyang wave number ay maiksi o maliliit. Okay? Mas short yan. Susunod sa kanya, yung tinatawag na visible region o yung ultraviolet region. Okay? So, nandiyan na yung UV-vis na region na tinatawag. Okay? Sa UV-vis visible region, narinito na rin yung inyong color. No? Nandiyan na pumapasok yung color na yan. Okay? So, this is your red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Okay? Now, ba't hindi ko siya in-include yung indigo? Kasi that is actually between blue and violet. Maliit lang ang distinction ng dalawang yan. Okay? Pero, yung iba, nilalagay yan, pero to be honest, no, hindi masyado yan ginagamit. Okay? So, lagi either blue or violet lang yung region na yon. Now, as I mentioned earlier, okay, ang energy, okay, ang energy ay mas nagdedepende yan, no, sa function mo. For visible region, okay, visible region, ang alam natin ay from left to yeah. So this is your 400 nanometer, okay, and this is your 700 nanometer. Lang, ang tama ako sinasabi. Okay, tama yan. So, here, so ibig sabihin, much shorter yung wavelength. Okay? Sorry, parang baliktad lang. Wait lang ha. Wait lang. Saka magkamali ako. Color spectrum. Napalitan niya ako. Okay? So yung red is actually 700 nanometer. Then yung violet is 400 nanometer. Yan. Okay? So ibig sabihin yan, okay, yung red has a longer wavelength compared to your violet. Okay? Parang madali yung maintindihan. Okay? Ano color ng traffic light? Red. Orange, yellow. Red. Ano? Red. Sino driver dito? Ikaw? Anong color na signal? Yellow. Sino pa ang driver dito? Red or orange o yellow? Sino pa? Driver ka? Orange or yellow? Yellow. Red, yellow, green.
Red, yellow, green. Wait lang, sorry guys. Nastop pa ako sa yellow. Ang dami kong pulis sa stop.
Okay. Stop rest ang pinag-usapan natin, ha? Okay? Yung hindi driver, maintindihan ko. Pero yung driver pa, nagsabi kayong orange, paparevoke ko yung LTO license ko. Ulitin ko, ha? Red, yellow, and green. Okay? Oh, tignan ninyo. Okay? ang movement ng, ang sabi ko kanina, no? Ang mas pinakamahaba is yung red, okay? Pinakamaikli yung violet, okay? Bakit ganun ang pinili ng kulay? Kasi mas madaling makita ang kulay na red, yellow, o green kahit dark or ano siya, daylight or dark siya. Okay? Pansinin nyo, di ba? Kahit madilim, pag huminto ka, anong unang kulay makikita mo? Red, pula agad. Okay? Kahit malayo ka, 500 meters, 1 kilometer, or sabihin natin 700, no? Madaling makita ang red, yellow, or green color. Okay? That's why, that's the, actually the principle why they choose that color. Because our eyes, okay, can see longer wavelength. Okay? Anong color ng sky? Blue.
Violet.
Anong violet? Color of the sky.
Sabi ko blue.
Ano multiverse na kayo? Blue! Diba? Okay? Okay, look at the color blue. Okay? Blue is actually a stressful color. Okay? When you say blue, stressful color, okay? When you see, okay, actually our eyes, the optic nerves of the eyes is actually not that good for blue color. Okay? Kaya ang iba pansinin nyo, ang blue color, okay, mas ang prominent yan kapag sa mga LED or sa mga monitors. Okay? That actually make your eyes twitch. Have you observed that? Kapag gaano kakatagal pag gumamit ng monitor, ng laptop ninyo, okay? Monitors emit blue colors, and that causes that your eyes or your optic nerves to become stressful for that light. Okay? Kaya pansinin nyo, nag-twitch yung mata ninyo kapag katagalan. Cellphones, smartphones, has a lots of blue color. Okay? Kaya pag ano mo yan, ano sabi mo? Okay. Kaya pag-usapan yan. Okay? Mapapansin nyo sa kanya, kapag katagalan mong gumamit ng cellphone o ng monitor, your eyes twitch. Yung parang nagbabibrate. Okay? That is actually cause of that color. And may sinasabi dito si Ma'am, si Miss. Okay? Is that there's what we call anti-blue filter. Okay? When you say anti-blue filter, it eliminates that blue color or it filters that blue color or blue image color. Okay? So para maintindihan niyo yung electromagnetic spectrum na yan. Okay? So that is for the UV-Vis region pala. Next is your infrared region. Oh, saan kayo pamilya sa infrared?
Light.
Saan? 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 Camera. Another one. Well, that's different laser. What else? Yung ginagamit sa ano? Sa panluto. Induction cooker. That is actually lots of IR. Okay? Usually infrared, okay, has infrared emission is actually has lots of heat on it. Okay? And is having a longer wavelength. Then the next one is microwave. Pamilya naman kayo sa microwave, di ba? O yun, ginagamit sa microwave oven. Okay? It also emits that energy. Okay? Each of this spectroscopy has a different function or different analysis. Okay? Well, NMR is actually useful, no, for well, it is also looking for the electrons, etc., or for the electronic atoms. Okay? Ang application niya sa analytical chemistry is more on the identification of functional groups. Okay, but we will not discuss that. No? Medyo malaki yan. Marami tayong pag-uusapan dyan. But we will only focus on what is needed for your course. No? We start first with your UV spectroscopy or your visible and ultraviolet region. Okay? So what we are discussing here is how the matter interacts with light. Okay? So paano nag-interact yung matter doon sa ilaw na napoproduce. Okay? There are different interaction. Okay, for each light. Okay, ano yung mga interaction na yon? First is the energy transition. Okay, energy transition. Next is the vibrational level or vibrational transition. And the other one is what we call the speed or rotational transition. Okay, these three transitions, okay, can be seen to the different spectroscopic analysis. Okay, sa iba't ibang spectroscopic analysis yan. Okay, so each type of spectroscopy, okay, has a different functions or different properties. Okay, yan ang ibig sabihin lang yan. Okay, so how the interaction happens. So the first interaction, okay, here is based on emission level or, okay, so what happened here is that the sample, okay, interact with light, or it actually when it interacts with light, it will produce a radiated emission or a radiated source, okay, or a radiated portion. Okay, so imagine mo kapag yung matter na ilawan yan, okay, ang tendency niyan ay either it glows, okay, o kumikinang, pwede mag-produce ng sarili niyang ilaw, o pwede mag-produce ng sarili niyang kulay. Okay, well, you will appreciate this later on, okay, in our experiment natin mamaya, no, sa hapon. Okay, yung pag-produce ng different yung dye color. Okay, you have two types of dye, red and the blue dye. Okay, what you are seeing is the red dye. Okay, halimbawa yung red color, okay, yung nakikita mong color is the red, but it's actually absorbing other wavelengths or other colors. Okay, the same with blue color. Okay, what you're seeing is blue, but the other colors are being absorbed. Okay, because it's actually emitting that wavelength to see that you are seeing is a blue or a red dye or red color. Okay, so here is an example of the interaction of light, okay, with the sample. So what happened is that the electrons, no, we look on the atomic level or the molecular level, no, of the emission. Okay, imagine mo yung sample, okay, bumangga do sa ilaw. Ang nangyayari sa kanya ay yung mga electrons na yan ay nag-i-interact o tumataas papunta sa ibang enerhiya, or it actually goes to the energy level. Okay, so that energy level is actually corresponding to a certain wavelength. Okay, a certain wavelength. Okay, so how in so another one is for the absorption method or absorption analysis. Ito yung madalas maano natin sa sa UV-Vis. Okay, absorption method happens is that an incident radiation, okay, yung starting energy, okay, when interact with sample, it will be having a transmitted radiation. Ano yung transmitted radiation? Ito yung nakikita mo, o ito yung lumalabas na color, or ito yung magiging transmitted na light na tinatawag. Okay? Usually, the incident radiation is greater than the transmitted radiation. Other books call this as your intensity or transmitted intensity. Parehas lang yan, no? In terms of variables lang nagkakatalog. Okay? So again, when the transmitted radiation will produce a different set of wavelengths, no? This set of different wavelengths. Okay. Now, what is a governing principle or law for absorption spectroscopy or sa spectroscopic analysis? It's based on what you call your Beer's law. Okay? Beer's law defines as that the absorption, okay, the absorption is directly proportional, okay, directly proportional to a certain constant, okay, to a certain constant, and to its path length, yung tinatravel na path length, okay, and its concentration. Ulitin ko. Okay? Ang absorption ay nakadepende sa tinatawag ng constant, okay? This one constant here is referring to your absorptivity constant. Okay, absorptivity constant. Your B is referring to your path length, yung dinadaluyan ng haba ng ilaw. Okay? At yung C is yung concentration noong sample. Okay? So parang ano yan, no? Parang madali nyo maintindihan. Okay? Halimbawa, okay, nakulong ka sa isang tunnel, okay, madilim, okay, syempre hindi mo alam yung ginagalaw mo, nilalakaran mo. Okay? Ang pakiramdam mo, okay, hindi mo makita yung ilaw sa dulo, ang haba ng nilalakad mo. Okay? So, ganun yun. That is actually what you call your path length. Na yan. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, okay, yung tinatakbo ng ilaw, the incident radiation, okay, or the incident radiation, so this is your path length, yung tinatakbo na baluyan ng ilaw, okay, mag-a-absorb yan, okay, yung sample mag-a-absorb siya ng ilaw, okay, tapos ang matitira yung transmitted na ilaw. Okay? Kaya mas malaki lagi yung incident compared to sa transmitted na ilaw. Now, anong relationship, okay, nung transmitted na ilaw o ng transmitted light with respect to the power of the incident radiation? Okay? It is the transmitted light or the over your incident radiation. Okay? Again, other books will call will have this definition I over I sub O. Okay? It's always a fraction. Okay? So usually if you have your P, okay, in terms of 100%, okay, 100%, ibig sabihin yan walang absorbance na nangyari. Okay? Ibig sabihin lahat tumagos yung ilaw. So halimbawa, no, naglagyan ko ng salamin sa gitna ng ilaw, okay? Lahat ng ilaw tumagos, nakikita mo sa kabila. Okay? That is 100% transmission. Okay? Now, if that yung salamin, okay, the glass, nilagyan ko ng ganyan, yung parang tint na yan, okay, na black. Okay? Anong tendency ng ilaw? Mas maliit ba o mas malaki compared to sa nauna? Mas maliit. Okay? Nape-perceive ng mata mo ay mas maliit yung na kukuha mong ilaw. Okay? So it means that you are having an absorption. Ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng ilaw, okay, tumatagos doon sa salamin. Okay? Ibig sabihin nun, yung film na galing mo sa glass ay ina-absorb na yon noong film na yon. That's the importance of your tinted glass. Okay, on the application lang tayo para maintindihan yung transmitted na yan. And absorbance. Okay? Ano relationship ng absorbance? Okay? With respect to the incident radiation that is based on the log. Okay? The log of your incident over your transmitted light. Okay? Other books will have this formula, the negative log, okay, of your transmittance, or the negative log of your P over P sub O. Okay? Again, the relationship of absorbance and transmittance is indirectly proportional. Okay? Pero hindi pa siya tapos, no? It is indirectly proportional in terms of logarithmic function. Okay? We will not discuss that anymore in the mathematical concept. Okay? Ang importante is that the absorbance is negative log or is a logarithmic inversely proportional to transmittance. Okay? Or parang pinakamabilis is that it is the indirectly proportional. Okay? Indirectly proportional sa kanya. Okay? Ayan. Okay? As absorbance, that is a negative log of transmittance or equals to the log of P sub O over P. Okay? Or percent transmittance is equals to 1 time transmittance times 100. Okay? Again, para magbalik maintindihan, okay, ano yung 100% transmittance, okay? Imagine mo kunyari din, nakasalamin kayo dito, no? Yung salamin ninyo, totally nakikita niyo yan. Okay? Wala kayong nilalagay kayo, ano ba dyan, na polychromic yan or whatever. Okay? Now, pag naglagay kayo ng tint niyan, ano nangyayari? Parang nagbe-blur yung salamin ninyo. Okay? Kasi nangyayari sa kanya, hindi lahat ng ilaw ay natatransfer. Okay? Ibig sabihin na nag-absorb yung salamin ninyo ng sarili niyang ilaw. Okay? Nanggagaling doon sa mismong natural light. Okay? So that's the meaning of your transmittance and absorbance. Okay? So how do you measure transmittance and absorbance, no? So the power of the beam transmitted to the light, okay? So ito yung ilaw ngayon, okay, na pinaproduce, okay? And you have what you call your sample cell. Okay? So this is your liquid, may liquid ka sa loob. Merong pinatransmit na enerhiya na yan, or in terms of the power of the incident, okay? Then, the transmitted light is actually detected now, okay, by a transducer. Okay? By a transducer. Ano yung transducer na yon? Okay? So yung transducer, either yung photocell, no, na tinatawag, o photoelectric. Okay? Then, the transducer now will be measured, no? Mini-measure siya in terms of the digital output. Okay? May sarili siyang output yan na po-produce. Okay? So automatic yan, binibigay na siya na result. Okay? So kaya ang ano no, mamaya pag-usapan natin